So in this video we're going to see how to use data validation to create lists. So creating lists using data validation is one of the best ways to minimize errors since it will make people pick their entries from lists instead of typing them, which leads to less errors. So here I've got a list of employee names and we want to assign some statuses to them and their departments as well. So we've got here a status column and we want to create a list from this column here. So a list containing full-time, part-time and content, for example. So to do that I'll just select my whole column here as we did before, go to data validation and then under allow option here we're going to select the list, and then here on the search option we're just going to click on that button and select these 3 entries to be the source of the list. And this will create a list containing these 3 entries. Of course we can always, as usual, just clear the top cell for the column and then we can start selecting items from our lists. Here we're going to select full-time, for example. I just want you to notice something here, because when I start typing full-time you can see here that there is some sort of an auto-complete feature that completes my entry. But this is actually not related to the list. It is actually related to the fact that the column already contains this value. So for example, if I start typing part-time I won't get a 0 to complete. And this is because the O to complete is not related to the list, is related to the column, and the column does not contain a part-time, and this is why the 0 to complete is not working. But why rely on 0 to complete or in typing when actually the whole purpose of creating a list is not to type, it is to select. So you can either click on this arrow here and select an item from a list, or you can actually press Alt and down arrow on your keyboard and then you're going to be able to pick an item from a list as well. So the whole purpose of creating a list is actually not typing, it is selecting some standard values to minimize errors. Also we can do the same thing with the department. So you're going to go to data validation, or so selecting the whole column, go to list and then select the source as these items here in the list, click OK. And we can also remove the data validation on the headers as well. As you can see here, a list is really useful in case of the departments, because we got some complicated departments here in terms of spelling and stuff. So anyone who would try to type these departments in the column would be prone to making mistakes. So we can start selecting our departments. And also I want to point out that the list does not have a certain sorting feature in it. So these departments are sorted alphabetically because we've already sorted them in the list. So if you need to make sure that your list is sorted, says the items to be found easily, for example, because you'll be following a certain order, you need to make sure that the source of the list is sorted. So you can use the search option. For example, here in Excel, if your list is not sorted you can sort it out here. Go to the data and then click on it to Z, for example, and this will sort it. So you need to make sure that your list is sorted from the source if you need the list to be appearing as sorted entries. Okay, so this is an introduction to the list. We're going to see more examples of the list as there is more potential and more tricks to be done using lists in data validation. So thanks guys for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.